Has anyone almost ever been the victim of a scam and then pulled out the Uno reverse card thinking you won, ha ha he he, I got you, and then you're the one that ends up getting locked up? I'm going to try to get through the story without revealing a legitimate method, but if they delete my account, who cares? The whole app's about to be gone anyway. So the year was 2018 and I was a young adult, and at the time it's safe to say that I wasn't exactly the most financial literate person on earth. So I was presented an opportunity that was definitely too good to be true by one of the most sketchy individuals I'd come in contact with in my life. Great plan, right? Now the scam was simple, the scam was brilliant, and the scam was this. There was a payroll check in my name that, let's just say, I didn't necessarily earn. Oh, and did I mention the fact that the company I was working for didn't exist? So I stay in contact with this scammer guy, and he keeps assuring me that everything is going to be A-okay. Just go in there, collect the money, make off like a bandit, and do not contact the bank afterwards. Sounds easy, right? Now, at the time, I was young, so I didn't have the foresight to understand that if I hadn't had a deposit in several months, and I walk in there with a $27,000 check, that might be a red flag. So the deal I had been proposed by Mr. Scammer Dude is I go in there, I get the $27,000, and my cut is 9. But somewhere in the middle of that, I get to thinking, where's the other 18 going? I am taking all the risk. So I walk up to the counter and I hand the teller the check. And she's just sitting there staring at me. Everything's fine. She's starting to rizz me up a little bit. Little did I know she was just stalling so she could get her manager. Now at this point, the manager of the bank had approached me. Now if it was up to me, I would have took off and ran. But I'd already given him my first and last name and the check. I had to see it through. So he approaches me, calls me by my last name, shakes my hand, and he goes, sorry about your wait. I just have to ask you a few questions. And I'm like, it's no problem, dude. I was in a little bit of a hurry since I'm trying to defraud you out of a 30-pack, but go ahead, take your time. But this dude did a great job of assuring me that everything was A-okay and he understands how valuable my time is. And he began to explain to me how the reason they were a little apprehensive to cash this check is because the last 6 months I've only had 17 cents in my account. And then all of a sudden I appear out of thin air with a $27,000 check from a vacuum part company. Now I'll be the first to admit I'm not exactly well versed in the marketplace for vacuums, but I imagine $27,000 worth of vacuums is nuts. So I was on the spot. I had to cook up real quick with the left hand like Mike Vick, and I assured him that God had given me a gift. I just started this new gig at the vacuum store and I was doing great. And then manager guy was like, don't worry, Drake, we believe you. We're doing a secondary confirmation right now. Just hang tight. Now usually when you hear hang tight, you know you're going to jail immediately after. But again, I had to see it through. Now the only reason I was able to make it out of the bank on this day is because the confirmation number that they was given was the number to the scammer. So they called him. He was like, oh yeah, that's my employee. He's doing great. Give him the money. So there I go walking out of the bank. I made out like a bandit. I had 4 pockets full like a little bank. Now scammer guy's outside in his car waiting on me, and I just received 27,000 bucks. I really wasn't feeling like giving up 18 of it. I mean, yeah, he had manufactured the check and did the secondary confirmation, but that's 18 bands. I need that. So I walk up to his car, knock on the window, beep, beep, beep. He rolls it down. He's like, everything good, my boy? And I was like, yeah, I think so. They just said the police are on the way, but I'm going to stand here and I'll take care of it. Now, at this point, I guess he had heard enough because he pulls off and he pulls off in a hurry. I go back to my house and I think everything's okay. It wasn't 48 hours later, there was agents at my door. And long story short, I had to go do a little time and I owe Bank of America 27,000 bucks.